Hi, John McFarlane, Boating New Zealand. We're here today to test a 10.7 metre Powercat, Makédo. Meet Simon and Anna Ganley. Now, 8 years ago, they decided they wanted a Powercat and had a really good look around the second-hand market, but they just couldn't find what they wanted. So 8 years later, here's the result. So by qualification, Simon's a civil engineer and he's got a solid background in GRP composite engineering. He'd never designed a boat before, but he has been around boats all his life, as has Anna. And he set to with a clean sheet of paper and designed exactly what the couple required. He's refreshingly humble about his design skills. He said, "I just followed my nose." But he did, when he'd finished the plans, enlist the aid and opinion of several experienced friends, including Greg Elliott, and they all gave him a thumbs up before he started to build. Makédo's construction is a foam core epoxy sandwich. Coarse cell foam for the hulls and Divinycell for the bulkheads. The hulls are laminated using triaxial glass with biaxial glass for the bulkheads. A little bit of carbon fibre has been used strategically, such as where the bulkheads join the hulls, the chamfer panels, the cabin top and the window mullions. So Simon laminated the hulls one half of one hull at a time, and after doing 2 half hulls, he then took his moulds apart and reversed them and did the other 2. So he ended up with a gigantic kit set on the back lawn, and then he assembled the finished boat from there. It took him 5 years to get from drawing board to an essentially finished boat, just a bare shell of a boat that was unpainted, and then they transported the boat from their house down to Hobsonville, where it was faired and painted by Clay Murray of Advanced Marine Spray Painting. Now, he fitted that in between other jobs, so it took nearly a year to get the boat painted, but during that time, Anna and Simon were able to work on the interior and finish the boat off. It's been in the water 2 years now, and they've had 2 great summers with it. Conceptually, Makédo's accommodation is all on one level, with nothing in the hulls apart from tankage. The 3 doors between the cockpit and cabin can be folded into their own cupboard, as can the panel at the rear of the galley. This makes the transition between indoor and outdoor living seamless and creates a space that seems much larger than it really is. The only separate compartment is the heads, and that's accessed from the cockpit. The helm station is centrally located on the midships bulkhead with cutouts to access twin sleeping spaces beneath. These queen bed-sized areas have about 1.2 metres headroom, which is enough to sit up in bed with a book. And while this style won't be everybody's cup of tea, any lack of privacy is more perceived than real. To my mind, the advantages of lighter weight and ease of construction more than compensate. The L-shaped galley features a counter breakfast bar aft with more sliding drawers beneath. Once underway, Makédo certainly felt light and responded instantly to any passing wakes. We couldn't comment on how she handles a decent seaway given that the test conditions were so flat and calm. However, Simon reports that Makédo handles downwind conditions almost enjoyably, motors upwind easily with no issue until the breeze goes above 15 knots, after which he backs off a little. The boat doesn't really enjoy being truly beam on in breezy conditions. However, Simon has found by altering course to a series of broad reaches that removes any uneasiness. Makédo is powered by twin Yamaha 60 horsepower high thrust outboards, which easily push the slim hulls to a comfortable 12 to 14 knot cruising speed. The boat's equally happy at displacement speeds of around 7 knots, and it tops out at 20 knots. Fuel consumption at 14 knots is a highly respectable 17.8 litres per nautical mile, that's both engines, and it drops to 15 litres per nautical mile at 12 knots. In light ship mode, that's half water and half fuel, the boat displaces slightly less than 3 tonnes and has been designed to displace 3.6 tonnes in standard trim. Simon's painstaking attention to weight calculations is a significant reason for Makédo's performing as designed. This is an area where many amateur designers fall short. At the wheel, the helmsman can see both outboards, and due to the boat's 4.78 metre beam, it feels like one's piloting a much bigger boat than a 10.7 metre Powercat. The hydraulic steering is well weighted, and Makédo's extremely easy to steer. The only minus with the boat is because it's so light, it can feel quite light and frisky, which isn't really an issue at anchor, but it could be for some people in a seaway. And the name? Anna runs her own marketing and design business, and make do comes from one of her favourite sayings. Make do, but make it fancy. Very apt. The boat is an authentic and modern example of Kiwi DIY attitude, and considering it's the first attempt at design and build is highly impressive. The Ganley's discipline, commitment and focus are even more impressive throughout the building process. To pull off designing and building a boat to this level of professionalism while holding down a full-time job, bringing 2 children into the world and meeting all the usual commitments of mortgage, lawns, house painting and kitchen renovations is truly unique. Simon and Anna, you smacked this one out of the park.
John Ecclestone from Boating New Zealand. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more of these videos, please subscribe to our channel.